It's reversed.
Hi everybody, we're here, big day, opening day at the North American Pizza and Culinary Academy. We're very excited. Today, actually first day, we actually have an awesome event going on. We have our partners, Lesaffre Yeast, Red Star Yeast coming in. We got a big group coming in. We're doing a beautiful sales presentation with them. We're gonna bring, I don't know, about 50, 55 people in here, something like that. And a lot of excitement. The room is very versatile over here. So as you can see, the first time you're gonna actually see our show kitchen, all right? So the area that I'm standing in right now, this is set up to do big demonstrations with our chefs, our instructors. People are going to come into this area and actually see us putting on a cooking demonstration, all right? Most of our courses are about 2 hours long. You'll be able to come in, sit, watch a chef cook an entire meal in front of you, eat. You can have some beer, you can have some wine. It'll be a lot of fun, okay? Today, for example, we're actually going to be presenting to a large group. So Lesaffre's going to come in here, we're going to do a nice presentation, we're going to break down the room, I'm going to do a quick dough demonstration, and then what we're going to do is we're going to start serving lunch. So as you can see right now, we're all set up to do a continental breakfast. So go ahead, Tracy, go down the line and show them. We got a full line of stuff, baked goods, all kinds of European breakfast, some salumis and cheese and all kinds of great stuff. You can see our beautiful kitchen here is all ready to go, finally set. We've got our partners at BlueStar Appliances that gave us some beautiful equipment. Let me go around here, I'm going to show you some stuff real fast. So we've got a beautiful double convection oven here. This is again BlueStar Appliances. We've got some croissants that we're finishing up right now inside of our double convection. Again, this is a BlueStar. Beautiful BlueStar range. This is a 60-inch 10-burner range, 125,000 BTU burners with all cast iron. This is residential equipment. So for us guys that are cooking professionally in the kitchen all day long, to be able to have a 10-burner, 60-inch range to be able to use for our classes, this is really cool. Again, we had to put this giant hibachi hood right above us because we're not in a house. We're actually going to be cooking and grilling, and the inserts actually come out, so you can put a wok right up inside over here. So this is pretty cool, the technology that BlueStar put into this. And then over here, I got this gorgeous refrigerator too. I know, I'm like a kid, showing a brand new car, over here. But, we got a beautiful refrigerator, all BlueStar inside of our show kitchen here. Let's take a walk around. I'm going to show you some other stuff. So when you come into the North American Pizza and Culinary Academy, okay, if you're going to come in for a cooking demonstration, you'll also be able to come over here. We got a beautiful wine and coffee bar. Today, for example, with the big group, we're set up to do coffee. I've got espresso. We've got urns for tons of coffee, people who want American coffee. We also can do wine over here. So we got a wine bar. We've got a pantry. So people coming in, again, we're going to give an experience that this is set up for home cooks to be able to take a cooking class. We wanted to give that image of people coming in here and not being threatened by a professional kitchen. So when you come in, we're going to give you the atmosphere just like you're sitting at home in your own kitchen. But we're going to show you all the tricks of the trade, if you will. Everything that we're known for. Come on over here, Anthony. So my business partner, Anthony Iannone, you've been seeing Anthony all over the place. We're live on Facebook. If you want to say hi, everybody in New York, here's
Good morning,
Anthony.
Everybody.
So again, big news. We're all set to go here. Should we keep showing them around?
Yeah, let's go.
So let's go around this way. I'm going to show you some really cool stuff here. This is the first time that anybody's seeing all this stuff. So we're about 99% done. You'll see that maybe there's still some construction material around. Over the next few days, we're going to have all this buttoned up and a lot of cool things happening. As you come back here, we're going into now our production kitchen, all right? So the first thing that we're going to walk into, this here is our dough room, okay? Our entire school was built around this room in particular. What we did was we built a 20 by 20 walk-in cooler. The reason, come on Tracy, come around. The reason we built this giant walk-in cooler is because when you come in here, okay, this room is set up with its own climate control and humidity control system. So, for example, when we actually do a Neapolitan course and we teach pizza classes, all right, and we're going to teach the difference between the STG disciplinaria and the Verace Pizza Napolitana disciplinaria, that dough never gets refrigerated. It would stay ambient if you were in Naples, Italy. The cool thing about this room, and this is a real climate-controlled room. I've seen a lot of guys out there who show, that they got a VPN restaurant and that sort of thing, and there's a separate room where they do all their mixing. So this is a very large scale, all right? So we can set the ambient condition in this room to about 68 to 72 degrees Fahrenheit, maybe about, let's say, about 65 to 70% humidity, and we're going to replicate the climate in Naples, Italy. So when we mix that dough in here, it's always going to stay inside this room until we're ready to bake. Now, speaking of which, I'm going to show you some really cool stuff here. This is a 1963 Hobart L800 mixer. All you guys in America using planetary mixers, this is the mixer that I started out with when I was coming up. Hobart did a great job with this. We had them go through the whole thing. They put all brand new parts inside the old 63 body. We still got the original 63 serial number and everything on there. But, the features like, the new technology, like, the new bowl guard and that sort of thing, we had this added on. So this is like, guys who are into hot rods, buying that old car and putting a brand new car underneath the body. That's really what we did with here. And then with our partners over at Pizza Equipment Pros in California and our partners at Mechnasud in Italy, we've got two mixers here right now and another one that's on a train coming here. I've got a Forcella mixer. This is a fork style mixer, okay? These are all 60-quart mixers. The reason why these are really big mixers, probably bigger than you would see inside a typical pizzeria, is because I set this room up almost like a mini bakery, if you will, okay? So when we've got our partners, let's say from Red Star Yeast coming over here, Lesaffre International, coming in here, and they're going to bring some high-end clients, and we're going to actually do research and development, okay, with some of these clients. We're going to give them, first of all, a private and secure atmosphere that they can work in confidentially, okay? Secondly, we want to be able to scale these different dough formulas and different recipes up so that when we do go into the commercial manufacturing world, and now we're going to take a dough formula that we develop here, and then I go out on the street and we do this on a large scale, let's say, 1,000, 2,000 pounds of dough at a time, we're going to be able to use all the technology that we have in this room and easily roll it out. So again, 60-quart mixers. Here's a beautiful spiral mixer. Again, Mechnasud spiral mixer. This one works on a corkscrew system. Both of these mixers, the bowl spins. Again, another 60-quart. And then right here, where that empty outlet is right there, we've got a Mechnasud. They call it a braccio tufante, which is a double-arm mixer. So you got these two arms inside of this mixer that very slowly, very gently knead the dough. This is a very slow process. You only have one speed on that mixer, again, because this is typically what you would see in Italy when they would make panettone, for example. Some of these light breads that, again, don't incorporate a lot of friction, a lot of heat into those doughs. The other cool thing is our partners at STM up in Verona, Italy, okay? I put a full water control system inside of this room. So with our water meter, okay, right behind this wall, I've got a chiller. And I can actually get my water temperature down to about 35 degrees. We can scale water as much water weight as we need. And then we've got the hose that simply comes off the wall, clips onto the bowl, and then we deposit our water just by pressing start, all by temperature. So if you attend a class here, a pizza course, with the Scuola Italiana Pizzaioli Chicago, our brand new school here in Chicago, we're actually going to teach you all of these different principles of baking, how to actually come up and control your dough temperature by using the ambient conditions of the room and by using controlled water temperature and these sort of things. So this way, when the dough comes out, it's very critical that these temperatures are respected. So we're going to be able to do all this here. We got another great partner, MFG Tray Company. MFG Tray Company out of Pennsylvania. Beautiful fiberglass dough boxes. These things, I stood on one of myself. If you ever seen the video on YouTube, Brian Hernandez from the US Pizza team, he's actually standing on one the entire video that he's doing. So we got, again, top-of-the-line dough boxes, top-of-the-line equipment here at the North American Pizza and Culinary Academy. Let's keep going around here. I'm going to show you a couple other things. Again, now at this point, you're going to have to pardon our dust because we're still under construction for the next couple of days. One of our big partners here at the North American Pizza Culinary Academy is Ecolab, all right? What Ecolab did was Ecolab made us an innovation center. So what they did was they brought all of our brand new top-of-the-line technology to us with the intention that all these customers that they're going to have that want to see the latest and greatest equipment, they're going to have that here. But more importantly, when we have our students come in here, we're going to actually be able to show them the latest and greatest equipment that's on the market. So when they go back to all their corners of the United States and go back to their pizzerias, they'll be able to reflect back and say, hey, I remember that when we were at our pizza class, we saw this brand new digital high temp dish machine that actually the dish trays, okay, come into the dish machine, and that the machine actually knows what type of tray it is, so it automatically adjusts the cycle of the machine. Okay, that's pretty cool, because when you're talking about now, if you're in a high volume restaurant that you're going to be washing a lot of dishes through this machine, you have a lot of guys that every 2 minutes open, close the door because they're too lazy to use this little sprayer. What the dish machine knows is that every time that particular tray goes in here, it's going to deposit a certain amount of chemicals, it's going to wash at a certain temperature, okay, and it's all regulated by itself, right? Then we get our clean area here, 3-bay sink, all of the chemicals, again, all locked up, very controlled. Again, if you're an owner, if you're somebody who's in charge of a large chain, these are things that are very important, especially when you talk about controlling your costs inside of your restaurant. Okay, so Ecolab was a really cool partner to have. When you come and take a course here, we actually have in our Pizzaiolo course, during the 5-day class, you're going to actually have representatives from Ecolab coming out, not to sell Ecolab stuff, but to actually give you the background and a big description of what you need to maintain proper health standards for your health department, So again, they'll talk about temperatures of wash cycles, things like quat sanitizers and different kinds of soap and how to properly scrub your floors and all that kind of stuff. So again, it's really cool to have a sponsor like this for us. And I hate to even use the word sponsor, because these are really collaborators. These companies have seen what we're trying to build here. They said, hey, you know what, we see that this is a pretty cool place to work at, and we want to be part of this. So again, these are companies that came into us and said, we want to be part of this group, and we welcome them with open arms. Again, another national brand here, Ecolab. Come on this way, I'm going to show you the next part. Inside here, this is our commercial production kitchen, all right? So inside of this room, we're going to do a couple different things. First of all, with my background in pizza, with Anthony's background in culinary, and Anthony's got a previous life in the deli meat business. We're not going to mention any names. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all this experience that we have through the both of us, and we're going to start rolling out a huge catering program. Sandwiches, salads, antipasti. If you got a corporate business that's near us in Lisle, Illinois, which we're right here in Lisle, we're going to be able to service you in all the surrounding areas. So in this first area right here, this is actually our cold prep room. And we're going to do, you see, we got blueprints still on the tables. The electricians are still working here this morning. So all of our sandwiches, all our salads, all our antipasti, everything is going to be prepped in this side of the room. This is going to keep the cook line freed up so that we're not constantly running into everybody, all right? The workflow is very important when we work in a professional kitchen. And when you come here to take a class, or if you hire us to do some consulting work for your restaurant, we'll actually be able to do all of your development for your restaurant. Before it even opens, we can do menu planning, we can do menu training for your employees, we can actually do R&D on different types of things. So you're going to work in an environment that's controlled, and then when you do get to your own restaurant, it's going to be very simple to get in there and then pick up where we left off here. We got beautiful Sermon slicers. We got a couple really cool things for Sermon. I got a beautiful manual, old school hand slicer for prosciuttos and stuff up in front. These are Sermon deli slicers. And then back here, we've got a full cook line. So this cook line, again, we just got a big, all our tables for the front. I got these beautiful John Booth's tables that got created for our demo kitchen up front, for the show kitchen. So those came in last night, so we got some work to do after this class today. But you can see, double convection ovens, grills, fryers, 10 burners of stoves. There's a lot of room to work over here, and we can push out a lot of food, okay? Coming around this way, I'm going to show you the last bit over here. Really important about this kitchen, I want to mention one other thing. So when I was coming up in the business, all right, I did a lot of work on my own. I didn't have my own restaurant. So everything that I learned, I either learned in somebody else's restaurant or grinding it out on my own in my house, you know, trying to do little parties, doing little catering jobs, anything I could do to make a little bit of extra money, you know. So I know how it is for those of you who are out there that don't have a professional kitchen to work out of. Or number two, let's say you have a mobile catering business or you have a food truck and you need a place to produce all of your product. We're going to be able to co-op this kitchen out to you. So call us up. We'll be able to discuss different packages as far as either renting the kitchen out hourly, or you know, if you needed you know, for a few days, however we need to do it. So you can actually have your deliveries made directly to our facility. Right behind the wall, I got a 52-foot loading dock. So you'll be able to get whoever your purveyor is. Let's say you're in Chicago and you got our friends over at Greco & Sons that distribute for you, you know. You'll be able to bring your order in. We'll check it in for you, make sure everything's there, put it in our giant walk-in cooler, and then all you have to do is just show up, do your prep work, cook, pack it up, and then please make sure you clean up before you leave, all right? So we know this is all pretty cool stuff that we're going to offer, and we're going to talk a lot more about this in the days to come. You know, today is just kind of like the unveiling. I'm going to come back through here. Again, this is our giant water chiller. This chiller goes to the meter on the other side of the wall in the dough room. So again, this is no joke. We can push a lot of gallons of water through this system. Again, 35 degrees is our low point. So, you know, depending on how the temperature, if you live in Texas, and you want to know when your kitchen in Texas is 95 degrees in the middle of the summer, maybe even 100 degrees, and you want to develop a dough formula for that seasonal kitchen, all right? We'll be able to adjust the climate inside the dough room to 95 degrees. We can shoot it up to 80% humidity, whatever you need, and then tell you, now in our process, when we make that dough, you better get that dough in 15, 20 minutes, all divided, do what you have to do and get it into the walk-in cooler. If not, it's going to start opening up. And we'll actually be able to test all these different things for you. So, standard operating procedures, very important. Again, this is part of the consulting services that we do. Our parent company is called the Pizza Project Group. That's another company Anthony and I own. We do all our consulting through that company. So if you see us hashtag anything Pizza Project Group, or you see us that we're in a brand new restaurant that we're consulting, you're always going to see the Pizza Project Group mentioned. Again, really cool stuff there. We'll be able to talk about that very soon also. If you have any questions, you can either respond to us here on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter. It's very easy to get a hold of us, all right? Don't forget also, you could check us out on our website. State-of-the-art, really cool website, www.pizzaculinaryacademy.com. For those of you that can't spell, Academy is Academy. All right? Thank you. Come on this way. I'm going to show you this part. So, like I was telling you, we're getting ready for a big group here, 55 people. We're standing inside of our oven room, okay? Now, when you come and take a course here at the Scuola Italiana Pizzaioli Chicago, we're going to be teaching practical, day-to-day working training inside of for your pizzeria. So, every different type of pizza has a different type of oven that you need to work, okay? In this room, we have 7 different working ovens. Who is that? Nobody. We're hearing that this is the first place in the entire United States set up like this. All right? Let me show you what I got. So first thing is pretty cool. These are our friends, Marana Forni from Verona, Italy. Okay? First in the United States. This is the new VPN-approved Marana Napoli oven. Okay? This is a true Neapolitan oven. It's got the very small profile door opening, lower deck, dome on this oven. So this easily can hit temperatures of 900, 1,000 degrees. Pizzas bake in this oven at about 75 to 90 seconds. We were testing this oven out the other night, and I was doing margarita pizzas in 75 seconds in this oven. Gorgeous pizzas coming out. We've got a couple different ovens that are going to end up inside of our actual show kitchen over here out front. We've got a small little retail area and a small showroom that we're putting up there. So this is a Forno Bravo. Forno Bravo, another major collaborator with the North American Pizza and Culinary Academy, right? So we've got, this is a commercial oven that we've got. We've also got a couple different residential ovens. This is the Big Bella, all right? Bella 44. this is a residential oven. If you want one of these, just call me up. I'll be able to get you a deal. National pricing is set, so you can say you got a guy, but I gotta charge you whatever everybody else pays. The cool thing about this oven though is you can put this in your backyard. This pushes around your yard on top of your deck, just like a barbecue grill, all right? Now, you got plenty of room inside here. You put a fire in there. This will heat up in about 45 minutes. And then, once that pizzas are in here, you could probably do 2 to 3 pizzas easily inside this oven. You can roast chickens in there. You want to do a leg of lamb. We're actually going to be demoing outdoors to come this spring and this summer, as soon as the weather warms up a little bit in Chicago, which thank God it finally is, all right? So we're actually going to be able to wheel this thing outside and do some beautiful public classes on wood-fired cooking with this Bella oven. Out here in the showroom, I actually have another small oven. This is the Casa series, which is a residential oven as well, but it's made to resemble some of the big commercial ovens. So you see that it's got the beautiful tile job and the beautiful stand, So again, this is another item that you'll be able to purchase here from us. Okay, let's go a little bit further into the room. I got some other cool things I want to show you. Here's one of those beautiful John Boost blocks, custom made for us. We're doing pan pizzas today, so we've been doing Sicilian pizzas all morning over here. I got a couple dozen pan pizzas ready to go, so that when the class starts, we're actually just going to finish these up, just like you'd see out in the pizzeria. Beautiful and frico prep table here. This is again, similar to what you would see in any Italian pizzeria. Separate rails from the bottom, all refrigerated, very nice. I've got another Murano oven right here. This one is pretty cool, right? For those of you who don't know, Murano ovens from Verona are the innovators of the rotating deck oven. So this is a wood-fired oven that the entire floor of this oven spins, and then with this little Atari joystick right here, you can actually lift the entire deck of the oven straight up, all right? This is a really cool feature because if you're in a pinch in the morning and you got to heat this oven up very fast, my oven actually has a burner and wood on it, all right? So we can actually turn that burner on. It's got a separate burner that's underneath the deck of the oven. So while this oven is spinning, all right, it's turning that floor, the burner underneath the floor is heating up as well. When we lift that oven up, all right, we're gonna do 2 things. Number 1, we're bringing the deck up closer to the dome, which is the hottest part of our oven. The second thing we're able to do is now use one oven for multiple types of pizza. So let's say we're doing a classic Italian pizza and we have the oven temperature a little bit lower here, but then all of a sudden I want to do something that's more in that Neapolitan style where it's baked a lot quicker, maybe 90 seconds to 2 minutes, somewhere in that range. Now what we have to do is raise the deck up so it's closer to the dome, put those pizzas in there, and we're making pizzas that got those beautiful leopard spots all the way around them. Murano, this is called the Su and Giù, Rotto Forno. If you want any information on this, please give me a call. I can definitely help you out and get you one of these. We have to bring these in direct from Verona. So we're gonna talk about importing and customs and all that good stuff. But guess what? You got a professional that can help. Okay? Give me a call. Make sure you come and talk to me on this. Now, this bad boy, this is the Forno Bravo Napoli 140. Anybody who's seen any of my demonstrations from AskLeoPizza.com, and I got that beautiful little garage in my backyard that's set up like a pizzeria. At my house, I've got a Napoli 120. This is the next size up. We went a little crazy with this oven, all right? When Tim Cole at Forno Bravo said, hey, Leo, what do you want to do with your oven for the school? I says, Tim, I got a great idea. I got these 3/4-inch copper tiles that I want to put on this oven, and I want to put the whole thing on there with black grout. We ended up calling our friends at Dow Tile. We've got the tiles get there. This is 25,682 hand-placed 3/4-inch tiles. This is a pretty costly tile job, but this is one of the great things that shows you the expertise and the craftsmanship of working with a company like Forno Bravo. Again, this is 100% made in the USA. They manufacture their own stands. Forno Bravo, as a parent company, owns a steel company that, again, they manufacture all the trays, all the stands for this oven. We got Drago controls inside over here with the burner. So again, you got a lot of really good high-end technology going into these Forno Bravo ovens. Just to give you a quick example, you can get a Napoli 120 oven with the gas assist burner on it, delivered to your door for somewhere about $15,500 with the custom tile job on it. If you've shopped around for other types of ovens, you'll know what the deal is on that. That's a great price, all right? So again, if you want any information on Forno Bravo, please give me a call at the North American Pizza and Culinary Academy. You can get a hold of us directly on our website. If you go to www.pizzaculinaryacademy.com, click on the contact button, and our email address is info@pizzaculinaryacademy.com, and then you'll get us an email right away, and we'll make sure we get back to you right away. The last part over here is our friends at Capone, okay? Capone ovens, those of you who know me, I've been using Capone ovens for many, many years. My good friend, I'm honored to even call him my good friend now. The owner is Federico Capone over there. I had the honor of being introduced to him by my friend David Berger over at Pizza Equipment Pros. We had a lot of time to spend together over the past 6 months. And we drank a lot of wine together and had a lot of really good talks about what makes an equipment quality and what makes it top of the line. We've got their brand new, this is the Capone Michelangelo 935. What this oven does, okay, if you notice inside over here, first of all, the inside of this oven looks like a Ferrari, if you will. It's all stainless steel on the inside. All the controls here in the oven are all digital. If I want to open the damper in the very back, you see those 4 holes? The oven is all digital here. This is all motorized. So I can adjust the temperature and I can adjust the humidity inside of the oven just by pressing this button, okay? Those of you who bake or you make bread, you'll know the importance of steam inside the chamber and then being able to release that steam at a certain point to help the dough actually, the exterior of that crust develop and then become baked really nicely, all right? So again, features like this is what Capone is known for. There's no real expense that's spared. They're known as the top of the line oven for a reason. This is an electric deck oven. We have another oven. It's the first gas oven in the U.S. on its way right now. All of these ovens that I'm talking about right now, these are all have their UL certification, ETL. So when we talk about bringing equipment into the United States, that's a really important thing because a lot of times some of these companies, yeah, they want to come to the U.S. really bad, but they haven't done the development work to get certified to be here. Capone, again, is one of those brands. All this equipment is UL certified, so no problem at all. If you're opening a brand new business and you bring some of this equipment in, this is all documented. So people, all your inspectors and everybody that are going to be looking for these tags, they're going to be able to find them with these. This here is a Capone pizza form. This equipment is pretty cool too. Everybody knows that right now in the restaurant business, in our world, okay, we're at a loss for skilled labor, all right? One of my goals at the Scuola Italiana Pizzaioli in Chicago is that I'm going to say it right now on Facebook Live for the entire world to hear. If you come and take a course with me, all right, you take my 5-day course, you pass, you get certified, and you pass the exam and everything's good, I'm going to offer you, if you don't already have a job, I'm going to offer you 100% job placement guarantee. I don't care what part of the world you're in. If you live in Alaska, I'm going to find you a job, all right? There's so many good guys out there in the restaurant world and in the pizza industry that are suffering right now because we don't have enough skilled labor, all right? So again, part of what our philosophy here is at the North American Pizza and Culinary Academy is that we want to go back to education. We want to talk about how it is to train people in a trade. We're training people as bakers, okay? If you come to me and you say, I've got a pizzeria and I want to learn how to make bread, guess what? We're going to be converting that dough room over and we'll be making bread together. If your goal is to open a Roman-style pizzeria, guess what? We're going to be able to teach you how to do that, all right? So one of the things that I really, really want to focus on is that, number one, first and foremost, before we talk about equipment or anything else, it's all about supporting our industry, the pizza industry and the culinary industry. Again, trying to get some skilled labor back into the workforce. Starting guys off from, the bottom, the way we came up, all right? We were very young. Unfortunately, right now, people, there's no shame. If you're 40 years old and you got an interest that you want to start making pizzas, guess what? Give us a call. We're going to figure out a plan for you and a plan to be successful. The last piece of equipment over here, actually, I started with this one. We good? No? All right. So the pizza form over here is really cool because once I have a dough ball, our dough boxes go inside over here. Once I have a proof dough ball, I'm physically taking the dough ball out from here, I'm putting it into the center, right up in here, inside this press. I'm closing the door, okay? Now what happens is this bottom plate comes up. These are heated plates. So what happens is now you've got two things that happen. Number one, as the dough stretches inside of this press, it seals it, okay? It locks it into place. These plates are beveled. So now, when this comes down, it's not flat, okay? If you want it completely flat, you can order this piece of equipment this way. But having that beveled edge does another thing for you. It creates an undisturbed cornicione. So when you put this pizza in the oven, it's going to look just like it was hand stretched. And that cornicione is going to be nice and big and round, okay? Just like you would have done this by hand. The other thing that this heated press does is that as it heats up and it presses on that dough, naturally inside of dough are starches, okay? Those starches, when they heat up, turn into a gel, if you will, okay? That gel on the exterior of the crust, when it gets baked, gives you a light flakiness, okay? Sometimes, depending on how long you have the press on, sometimes it's really not very distinct. But again, there's ways that we can manipulate that dough so that when you bake it, again, you get this beautiful texture on the exterior. I'm not going to call it croissant-like, but if you can imagine the exterior of a croissant when you bite into that flakiness, again, we're going to start to be able to get some of those characteristics through the pizza form like this. The last one I've got is the Tiziano, all right? This is a very small scale. So if you've got, let's say, a galley kitchen, a very small kitchen in your restaurant, you don't have a very big footprint, or you have a bar and you want to start doing pizzas inside your restaurant, guess what? You can get yourself a pizza form and you can get yourself a Tiziano, fit them into a very small footprint, and now use your existing restaurant equipment line and you can start making pizzas for your customer. This little oven here, you can see it'll go up to 842 degrees. So for an electric oven that you can control top and bottom temperature on its own, again, this is a rock star. What we're going to end up using this for here in class is when I do my gluten-free courses, okay? We're going to actually show you how to contain a safe work area. So, if you have, clients that come into your restaurants or your pizzerias that are celiac, okay? We can actually teach you the proper way to control the environment, make a pizza for that customer in its own oven. So all your baking, let's say in this oven, is gluten-free pizzas. Now you don't have to worry about cross-contamination inside the oven. You still have to have certain controls on your work surface to make sure that you're not contaminating with gluten. But we can actually get you halfway there. And then we can discuss other options so that we can contain that work area for you. So I know I've talked for a long time. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are, maybe already nodding off and sick of hearing me. But again, my name is Leo Spizzeri, my partner Anthony. We're so excited. Today's the big day. You're going to be hearing a lot from us. You're going to start seeing us all over the place. If you do have any questions, don't forget, check out our website, www.pizzaculinaryacademy.com, and we'd love to hear from you. Thank you, everybody. Have a nice day.